Delegates of Greenwood County, you have a difficult decision ahead of you. You have a couple of months. You have until the end of April when we show up at the convention to cast our vote. Unfortunately, we have run out of time for any type of Q&A today because we do have other business we have to conduct before we run out of time. But we are going to try to make all of those candidates accessible to you. All right, they are here now. And you can feel free to treat with them, but we're also going to allow you to use our communication platform, whether it's our website, Facebook page, etc., to help deliver your messages. Give me whatever it is you want to share, and I will be sure to spread it out. So let's reach out to all of our candidates, get to know them, and make that serious choice. Thank you again very much. Appreciate all that you do, and for coming down. At this time, I would like to call our second vice chair for the next few minutes, Ms. Mei Kung, up. We are going to conduct the proceedings of electing party leadership for the Greenwood County Democratic Party. I would like to nominate Mei to be the acting president of the convention. Do I hear a motion for that, please? We have one. We have Frank who motioned. We have Tori seconding it, thank you, and all the others who support those two. So let's, as a vote, do we accept Mei Kung as chair, president of this convention? Say aye. Aye. All opposed? Let me hear that again. All opposed? All right, so with that, I relinquish my control of the party and turn it over to Mei. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So after all that huffing and puffing last night, Mother Nature has gifted us with a beautiful day today. It's a pleasure to see all of you here. I am Mei Kung, and I am the outgoing second vice chair of the Greenwood County Democratic Party. It has been my privilege to serve as the second vice chair for the past 3 years. I had no idea when I walked into the temporary headquarters of the Greenwood County Democratic Party in September of 2016 that I would be standing here today. I was running errands that day with my then 7-year-old son and my 3-year-old daughter, and I saw the Democratic Party sign on the sidewalk. So I stood there, I looked at it for a few minutes to make sure I was reading it correctly, and then I walked into the office. The first person that I saw was Miss Kathy Swindell, the marvelous and tireless Miss Kathy Swindell. She came to greet me and she said, "Can I help you?" And I asked, "Is this really the headquarters for the Greenwood County Democratic Party? Because if it is, I'm here to volunteer." I could not fathom that Donald Trump was the Republican nominee for president, and I wanted to do my part to elect Hillary Clinton. Well, we all know how that turned out. Okay. But the great news about that is, because of that fortuitous occasion, I have met a lot of wonderful people and have been part of a county party that proves repeatedly and wholeheartedly that Democrats care. We care about quality public education, accessible health care, our environment, living wages, the right to choose, and opportunities for everyone and not just a privileged few. We care about uplifting our communities and creating an environment where we can all thrive. We have done a lot of good work here: food banks, school supplies, voter registration drives, candidate support, but there is a lot more work yet to do. I'm really excited about our convention today. Bill Kimler asked me to step in as the temporary chair for our convention, and I am honored to do so. But I think he may have made a strategic error, because I might stage a coup and I might not give up that position. So I know a little something about coups. I was born in Ghana, West Africa. My father worked for the Ghana Textiles Manufacturing Company, and he and my mother were living in Ghana when I was born. I lived there until I was a teenager. During our years in Ghana, we had 4 coups d'etats. In the last coup d'etat, a group of armed men in military uniforms came to our community one night and rounded up all the adult males at gunpoint and took them away. When my father returned, he said to my mother, "As much as I love Ghana, the time has come for us to leave." So that began our 2-year journey to immigrate to the United States. Well, why the United States? As much as I love Disneyland and Sean Cassidy on the cover of Teen Beat magazine, those were not the reasons. It's very simple. In the Chinese language, the United States is known as Mei Kung, which translates literally into beautiful country. My parents knew that the United States is a country where if you work hard enough, dreams can come true. I am living proof of that. I am a graduate of Cornell University and Tulane Law School. I have a beautiful family, 3 children, a husband who teaches American history, and I practice immigration law so I can help other people come legally to the United States and fulfill their dreams. It's a country that respects the rule of law, and most importantly for us, it's a nation of democracy. And it's that democracy that we must protect. We do so by electing representatives and leaders who adhere to the rule of law. We have seen in our own country and countries around the world when that rule of law is endangered. We do so by electing representatives and leaders who fight for our rights and don't trample on them. Representatives and leaders who unite and don't divide. Well, here's a fun factoid. Today, March 4th, is Courageous Follower Day. It is a day to shed light on the virtue of followership and the day that encourages us to become responsible followers, per Ira Shallof's book entitled The Courageous Follower, Standing Up to and For Our Leaders. In his book, Ira argues that followers have the same level of responsibility as leaders, and that bearing the fruits of successful leadership is the job of both leaders and followers. Each of us has the qualities that make us a courageous leader and a courageous follower. He concludes by saying that there are 5 principles of courageous followership: serving, assuming responsibility, challenging authority, pledging faithful participation, and taking moral action. Today, we are here to elect officers for the Greenwood County Democratic Party. These officers will be our county party leadership for the next 2 years, and I look forward to their courageous leadership and our courageous followership. Without further ado, let the convention begin. At this time, I'd like to seek a motion to appoint Dr. Betty Horn as Convention Secretary. Do I have a motion to do so? Second? Second. Okay, all in favor say aye, please. Aye. Any opposition? Okay, fantastic. So Dr. Betty Rose Horn is going to act as our Convention Secretary today. Thank you, Dr. Horn. Please keep notes about these proceedings until after the leadership is elected. And at this time, I would like to put out a call for resolutions. A resolution is a formal statement or proposal from the county party that, if accepted, goes to the state party to be considered for adoption at the state convention in April. Are there any written resolutions submitted or to be submitted at this time? Anybody?
I didn't get a form.
Okay. All right. So moving on, I'd like to recognize all of our currently elected officials who are present, and I think the only person here might be Matthew Miller. Is there anybody else here?
Wait a minute.
Okay. Alrighty, so now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, and at this time we're going to conduct the business of electing officers for the Greenwood County Democratic Party. As per our publicized rules, nominations for these positions were closed as of 5 p.m. on Thursday, and we will not be accepting nominations from the floor. We will now hear from the candidates for the county party leadership. These are 2-year terms to be served until March of 2025. Today we have the following candidates for the following positions, and I'm going to go in reverse order, starting with the third vice chair candidate. Our third vice chair candidate is Matthew Miller. Our second vice chair candidate is Deb Atkinson. First vice chair candidate, Dr. Jamel Brooks. And of course, our chair candidate is none other than Bill Kimler. At this time, I'd like to give each candidate an opportunity to speak to you guys. So, Matthew Miller, come on down.